What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the month of March for Libra. Okay, Libra, you guys are first during the zodiac lineup for group one. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? So, to start, Libra, again, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Truly appreciate your patronage. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Okay. These monthly manifestations have been pretty much reloaded. If you have not seen on the community post, started fresh for the year of 2024. They're here taking the place kind of for the Dreamcatcher reads and to help you manifest and obtain your goals and achieve them in a way that is associated with three main moon phases, okay? Based off of the Moonology deck by Yasmin Bolin, okay? Um, Holland, all right? Nonetheless, sorry if I'm getting her last name wrong. Um, but trying to keep, my mindset in what we're trying to achieve for you guys, Libra, and for the entire collective. All signs get one, okay? This is for sun, moon, and rising, okay, in all signs as far as Libra, sun, moon, rising, and in Libra. So, for the month of March, if you're not aware, like I said, three moon phases. We're focusing on the new moon, the first quarter moon, and the full moon. Okay. The new moon is to awaken new energy, focusing on what it is that you want to obtain. If you're kind of a monthly type person, you can say, this is the month of March. This is the third month of the year, obviously. However, a lot is tied to number three, okay, in the sense of centering ourselves and becoming a little bit more one with our mind, body, and spirit, okay? And so this month I feel is more geared towards accomplishments of life goals, not so much materialistic, okay? Maybe you're, kind of taking the time to think about how things have transpired in your life over the course of the last few years, or just getting into 2024 with a new mindset, okay? So, the new moon for March is on the 10th. It's a day of awakening, obviously, 10, okay? So, awakening to self, again, achievements and goals that you want to achieve or have achieved so far, okay? Maybe kind of taking the time to look back at your past in a way, okay? Then on the first quarter moon is about your halfway point, okay, of where you are right now, okay? Again, it could be a month of more reflection and kind of centering yourself to kind of prepare yourself for whatever it is you're trying to obtain materialistically, okay? Or, to manifest in your physical life. That is on the 17th, okay? So 17 equaling out to 8 means some form of balance, okay? I know so far within the last couple of readings, it's been a talk of work-life balance for a couple of signs. So unless you know your birth chart, you probably have or have not seen those readings, okay? But that is kind of what's happening, or the feeling that I get happening around the 17th for the first quarter moon, okay? So then the full moon is about completion of a phase or a cycle, or whatever goal you're trying to achieve, okay? If you've been following along with the monthly manifestations, you could be achieving some goals slowly but surely, Libra. But come the 25th is the full moon, where that's equaling out to 7. You may need to find some inner strength to kind of wrap some things up in the sense of maybe energetically in your physical world, as far as tasks or things that you may have forgotten to do or something that requires some extra assistance. Okay. So basically, for the month of March, though, is about setting the tone for spiritual wealth and health. Okay. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading, Libra. All right. Like I said, these readings were around before. I did them in 2022 and then I kind of dropped them. And then kind of got a download from universe saying it was time to bring them back. And so added a couple of more decks to it to make it a little bit more thorough in the sense of helping you get from your present self to your higher self, which is like your subconscious. Okay. So we have a few questions that are still geared towards how I originally set up these readings before. So the first question, first three questions are tied to the moon phases. We'll look at the energy that is circling those dates that I stated, okay? The 10th, the 17th, and the 25th, okay? You can, kind of, gauge if you want to hang to those dates or just the energy surrounding those dates for yourself, okay? So we're going to shuffle the deck 3 times, Libra, before we get started. And that's the last shuffle. Hopefully these readings are useful to you guys. Again, hidden messages still within these, but again, geared towards helping you manifest, or again, like I said, the month of March being more about centering ourselves. So it will definitely help in that sense. Again, gauging how you feel about yourself around these dates, okay? So one from the top, which is new moon energy. One from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy. And then one energetically from the middle. And go for this one here. And then we will do the general writer's weight to clarify, okay, on this energy, on all 3. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck of the general writer's weight to see what the overall outcome is, okay? So let's start with new moon energy. What should be the mindset towards your intention or goal, Libra, during the new moon, which is on the 10th? Okay. Sorry, had to make sure my dates were right. All right. So you have Gemini energy there. All right. With the answers you need are coming. The answers you need are coming around that new moon of March, okay? Which, believe it or not, is on a Sunday, okay? So if you are religious, or again spiritual, whichever one you are, it's a day of rest for you, okay? Maybe you have, again, this form of awakening in the sense of whatever you have asked the universe or prayed on, you will receive the answers for around that time, on or around that time, okay? Gemini energy being there, again, one of your co-air signs, I feel is a lot of people like to say that Geminis are two-faced, and it's not that Geminis are two-faced. Of course, they do have the symbol of twin, but I believe they just have opposing sides of looking at things. They have the ability to do so, okay? Talking from a person that has Gemini and Venus, okay? And so I tend to do that myself. I look at things from 2 different perspectives, and sometimes even 3. It just all depends on the situation. But whatever it is that you ask for or need the answers to, you do receive it. Again, this is a month of spiritual growth. So you do start seeing things from a different perspective, whether it's via a conversation with someone, possibly kind of telling you how things are on their end and you understanding them, as far as maybe possibly the result of a reaction or something that they may have had to something, or in the wrong way, or vice versa. All right. Let's move on to the first quarter moon energy. Will or have you made any progress by the first quarter moon, Libra, in what it is you are trying to accomplish? Again, this is about spiritual growth for you in the month of March, and for everyone really. But this, as far as obtaining things physically, may be like a hit or miss here or there for you in March. So it says Leo energy is here with the confidence is your key to success. Okay. Confidence is your key to success, Libra. Start being a little bit more confident in yourself. You can pull from Leo's energy, as they are very highly confident signs. They do not suffer too much about insecurities. Just, maybe overly confident. Okay. But there's some humble ground when it comes to Libra, in the sense of you having that scale. Okay. So with that being said, whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, if it is pertaining to love, have more of a confidence about yourself in approaching someone, if that is the case for you. And again, this is around the 17th, okay, as far as the first quarter moon. All right. So hone in on that energy. Next, and it does say new moon in Libra. So of course, we just finished with new moon energy. That you may feel kind of that boost of confidence. Maybe you do something special for yourself, as far as your grooming. Maybe you get your hair done, something like that gives you a little bit more of a boost. Okay. Maybe you start getting some compliments, things of that nature, and that kind of adds to that confidence level. Okay. Come first quarter moon. Let's get into the last one here, which is the full moon energy around the 25th, which the question is, has or is the intention or goal being achieved by the full moon? This is your completion date of the 25th, okay, which means you are either obtaining what it is because you have done everything that you've needed to do within the new moon and first quarter moon, or you are tying up things and completing a cycle or a phase, okay, just as what a full moon is. Okay, so it says the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, the energy is gaining momentum. All right, so with that being said, that means that obviously, again, maybe tying up some loose ends, something definitely will probably roll over into the next month for you, or within the next couple of days after the 25th, of you needing to complete some things, or the momentum of something possibly brewing for you to get to that completion. Okay, so there is always a possibility of rollover energy for you guys, Libra. It just depends on how you handle things. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the general rider's weight so we can clarify this energy for all these phases. Okay, you do have Queen of Wands and the Lovers under in the split here. Okay, so being very determined on what you want in a relationship, and being confident in what you are asking for, with that Queen being one of the highest in that suit. Okay, of tarot. Very nice. You do have the Five of Wands. I don't think it's an argument. It feels more like an internal battle when it comes to a relationship, of how, feelings being shared or not being shared, and not knowing where you stand in a relationship. Okay. So, again, with that Queen of Wands coming out first, is a possibility of you finally stating that, and getting tired of holding it in. Okay. Because it's hard to try and figure, a situation out or a connection out if there's no communication between you and the other person. Have it with compassion, stand your ground, but, try not to be too demanding or give a lot of ultimatums, okay? And so then again, like I was saying, ultimatums, you're going back and forth with this Two of Pentacles showing up with the Five of Wands. Obviously juggling back and forth of whether or not to say something, in regards to how you're feeling, on the situation. It's better to say it and be truthful than to hold it in and then blow up. Okay. So we have that shuffled. Let's see what we have for you guys. So one from the top for that new moon energy, one from the bottom for the first quarter moon, then one energetically from the middle, and going way down so close to the bottom of the deck to this card here for full moon energy. And we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is momentarily. So let's see what's going on in new moon energy. Clarifying the answers you need are coming is a Five of Cups. Okay, Five of Cups. Five coming out twice in your reading. Some form of change is needed. Okay, so obviously on your end, maybe how you approach situations, Libra, which could be highly emotional in the sense of, maybe the tendency to pout if you don't get what you're looking for. Okay. Realize that, there could be some disappointment that could be over exaggerated in the sense of, again, this Five of Cups showing three cups down but two still up behind this person who is obviously, dressed in black and disappointed, only focusing on the cups that have fallen over. Okay. You have to be happy with what you have at the moment. Okay. Whatever it is, if you're not getting fully what you want, but you're getting something, you have to find gratitude, and that's something that's in the littlest of things. I sometimes struggle with that, occasionally. Again, I have, you can call it only child syndrome sometimes, in the sense of being used to getting what we want. Okay, but sometimes you don't have to get what you want, you need to get what you need. Okay, there is a song, I can't remember or can't think of who it is that, sings it, but it is about, always, you may not get what you want, but you get what you need, and that is more important than anything. Okay, so remember that during that new moon. Okay, and it's time to change your perspective on how you look at things, when it doesn't go your way. You have to realize that there are other, energies at play. All right, when it comes to that besides yours. Let's get into first quarter moon energy with confidence is your key to success. And look at that, the Six of Wands. Okay, so Wands energy, getting eventually that victory because of the confidence that you have within yourself. Okay, now for some of you, Leo, this may be in regards to obtaining something physical, not so much, in a spiritual sense or romantical. Okay, so outside of dealing with a love connection of some sort, you are going to start presenting yourself a lot more, which bodes well for you and leads to some form of victory. Okay, again, it could be in business, it could be in career, something, again, more so physical than anything. Okay, so keep that confidence up. Really market yourself in a way so that way you can get this Six of Wands. Okay. Last but not least, let's look at that full moon energy of the energy is gaining momentum. And it is the Ten of Swords. Okay. Ten of Swords. You may again over exaggerate yourself in a way of realizing it's going to take more work towards obtaining something that you want. Okay. It's not going to come easy. Whatever it is, it's very high on the expectation list for you, and so it may cause a burnout in a way, or just a sense of being irritated about, maybe this is air energy, so maybe a lot of talking may be involved, and you could burn out just from having to do a lot of networking, possibly. But gaining momentum does mean having to put more work in. Okay. And so if you're not prepared for that, the best thing that I can tell you, and which I think the energy is just going to be there for everyone. I know I sometimes feel it. It just all depends if I'm really focusing on it, is daylight savings time. We're headed into spring. That means spring forward. We lose an hour of sleep. So your best bet, Libra, is to prepare for it. And I try, and I probably will look at the calendar in advance in a little bit to find out, when daylight savings time is, so that way I can actually start heading to bed earlier than what I normally do, and then kind of reset yourself back to your usual schedule. Okay, that might be of assistance to you. Okay, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy of this spread here. And it's Nine of Wands. Okay, Nine of Wands. You're going to block some people out. Wounded warrior here. Okay, you're not going to have time to really do anything fun or, socially, in the sense of like hanging out and stuff. You're going to have, is possibly where it feels like the word sacrifice is coming up, in the sense of doing what's necessary so that way you can get things done. Okay, so you may put up a wall in order for you to do that, but it is possibly required. It's going to be required of you. I also feel like this sense of, social matters, in the sense of being careful about what you put on the internet, what you share, in the sense of someone seeing it, possibly that's, a professional connection. So be kind of mindful. If anything, I'm not opposed to it. Maybe you block some people from being able to view some of your things. Okay. So that way it's just a sense of privacy that's needed, or laying boundaries with certain people. Okay. So let's get into the Making Magic deck. With this deck, we are going to see what is the message of support for Libra to manifest their goals and what they want moving forward. Universe is saying you guys need at least 3 messages. If one jumps out, I'll take it. But other than that, we will shuffle and cut the deck. And then I will pull 3 from the bottom, okay, of the deck. So what are the messages of support for Libra to achieve or manifest their goals? Okay, I'm going to stop there. Sometimes if a card doesn't, or refuses to go in, I might take that as well sometimes. It just depends on what I'm energetically guided to do. But let's see what's at the bottom to start for you guys, Libra. Okay. Healing. Okay. Healing to start. Says true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Okay, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. Okay, There's something that is looming over you, Libra, that you need to heal from for some of you. Others of you, it's just physical, okay? Maybe you are feeling a little bit burnt out. Maybe you've already had this 10 of Swords energy, maybe some aches and pains, just mentally drained, possibly. So make sure you use your time wisely. Again, that 10th being an awakening day on a Sunday, make sure you're getting some rest. I can't stress it enough. Now, people like to say Tauruses are lazy. We're always talking about sleep, but we are always the ones that are truly rejuvenated and look youthful. And you know why? Because we carry our asses to bed, okay? So consider this, Libra, okay? You have to get some rest in there somewhere, okay? Now, next one is wishes come true, okay? Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes, okay? Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. This is going somewhat adjacent to the Six of Wands, okay? So whatever it is you are trying to achieve and having the confidence to achieve it, you will receive it, okay? Let's see what the last message is for you guys, Libra. One enchanted evening, okay? One enchanted evening. New energy alert, okay? The perfect night, okay? The perfect night. Now, that perfect night could be a date night of some sort for some of you. With you and your person, and maybe that's why you have no time for other people, is because you are, enjoying a night with someone special. For others of you, it could be literally taking a day, and maybe that's, again, something you can do on new moon energy or full moon, is just do some pampering to yourself, okay? I myself like to, take a sip of tea. I like to take a nice shower. I may even use one of my bath salt blends, which is Refresh My Peace. And I'll soak my feet in that and just give myself a nice little, pedicure myself. And just moisturize. I put I have my own blend of meditation oil that I like to put on at night, usually around full moon energy, just to kind of help recenter myself going into the next month, or just occasionally when I need it the most. And so I kind of rub that on my body, in my pressure point areas, and then I go to sleep with a meditation on. Okay, I have a huge set list of my favorite meditations. You can find that on my channel if you need any. And I primarily listen to those at night, so that way it kind of just helps me lull me to sleep. I also put on a waterfall in the background as well. So whatever, suits your fancy. Let's get into your present self energy and asking the question, what is the energy of the present self for Libra? What is the energy of the present self for Libra? And it may be something, Libra, that you want to start doing for yourself, is pampering yourself. I know for me personally, it's hard to do. Like, I will give suggestions to other people and then I let myself fall by the wayside and try to make certain things a routine for myself, because you can easily care for others and then really deny yourself of some self-care and love. And so try to work on that, Libras, for some of you. Okay, so we have Fury bushfires. Okay, Fury bushfires. Okay, number 10 is here again. All right, some form of an awakening, some crown chakra, maybe some overthinking in the sense of slightly obsessive thinking of, kind of negative situation. Again, we saw the 5 of Wands. And so we have this woman who's bandaged up a little bit, and she has a photo in her hand that is, inflamed with fire behind her. Okay. And so obviously, again, I feel like some internal conflicts that are from the heart space up into the crown. Okay. And again, where it could lead to kind of bushfires of, speaking on something um, during the time that you are truly, unhappy and disappointed. And again, avoid making ultimatums to someone because they could take it the wrong way. All right. It's a better way to look at things. Look inward first and then express from a place of, being able to compromise while also, acknowledging the other person as an individual as well. Okay. Now, I'm going to hold this up, and this is fire element, of course. And it says extreme emotions, once engaged, are hard to put back in the container. Anger is a healthy emotion, yet fury is less necessary. Warlike emotions should be tempered unless survival requires it. Emotional intelligence is required at this time. Okay. Emotional intelligence. All right. I primarily deal in that in the sense of empathy. Thus, the reason why I'm able to understand both sides of almost everything without me getting upset. Because sometimes I get very passionate about others being hurt unlawfully. Okay. And so I do lead in that when I'm very passionate about something, but it's also about having emotional intelligence. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why people do what they do. It could come from a long line of trauma that was put on them from other people. That does not mean it's, on you to fix it or for you to solve it. But if you are willing to understand it, then that's just the beginning of it. Okay. So try to consider that. All right. You do have the moon underneath there, which is Pisces energy. And so you may, take a step back if you need to, Libra, to avoid going off on a lot of people. Okay. I'll do that in a minute. Because if I know I'm going to get, fairly heated about something, and once you say it, it's out there. Okay. And it cannot be overlooked or brushed underneath the rug. So you have to be willing to approach things, from an understanding standpoint. If not, then walk away for a moment and then revisit it later. Okay. So we're going to get into your higher self right now to wrap up your reading, Libra. What is the potential energy for the higher self of Libra? Okay. What is the potential energy for the higher self of Libra? Okay. Obviously, we have this healing here in the regards to this brush fire is the first thing that I'm thinking as far as being connected. All right. So we're going to go ahead and cut this deck a bit. And we'll go to the bottom of the deck so we can see what your message is for your higher self. Your higher self message is the law of karma. Okay, the law of karma. First time this is coming out. Okay, you are being called to a higher purpose. You are being called to a higher purpose. Moon phases are kind of here, just as transparent, kind of leaning into the horizon a little bit, leaning upward. You have these two leopards here that are facing each other, and there's roses here. And so I'm going to hold this up again because it's very tranquil and very light, but it's beautiful imagery here. Okay. And you are being called to a higher purpose. So, let the universe do what it is to do for you, Libra, in its own time. You can only not really anticipate karma to be dealt without working with karma. Okay. And working with karma means taking the time to heal, focusing on yourself and what the universe wants you to do, in the sense of karma is dealt without us even knowing it at times. Okay. Page 23, equaling out to 5. Again, coming out in your reading a few times. Okay. Centering yourself, focusing on what it is that you truly want, which is not being attached to knowing or needing to know that there's, some form of karma or suffering with other people. Just focus on yourself. The universe will do the rest. Okay. Let's see what the message is attached to this universal law of karma. Okay. You are being called to a higher purpose. Addiction or dysfunction may be knocking on a nearby door. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to heal and awaken, helping people remember who they are. At the core of who you are is pure goodness, internal kindness, and external givingness. The universe is reminding you to work for the highest good. That means do not stoop to other people's level, okay? Anyone that does not align with this law will take away their own divine powers. Anyone that does not align with this law will take away their own divine powers, experiencing feeling disempowered. There is a loving energy in the universe, and you get to direct it because you are it. Okay? You are it. So, anyone who is not moving in that sentiment, you will block yourself away from them, or they will remove themselves and they will be disempowered. Okay? And you will heal and you will be empowered. Okay? So it does say for the journal in action, make amends with anyone where there is a discordance of energy. Make things right by giving of your time, paying back money, or giving of your time and service. Okay. So again, time is mentioned twice, which I feel like is more required of you, in the sense of someone wanting to talk and asking for forgiveness. Okay, this is something that has been looming in the energy around group 1, I believe, and a little bit of group 2 also, imminently. All right. And so I don't think it's a sense of money that needs to be given back. It may be for some, it may be money to you, but it's time to move forward from things that people have done to you. Okay, Libra? So that's why this healing is necessary, in order for you to be able to move forward and for karma to be dealt. Okay, not in the sense of you seeing the karma, but you are the karma in being a good person as you always have been. Okay, so with that being said, Libras, that is all that I have for you guys today. Preliminary readings will be following these momentarily, so that will be your right here and now's all my loves and heart's desires. So until that time, peace.